All right, so let's take a look at homework 3.1, question number 3. In this question, we're asked to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the mid-range for this data set, which is the amount in dollars it costs for marriage proposal packages at different sports venues. We're also asked to identify any outliers. So what we're going to do is we're going to export the data out to StatCrunch. Maybe we'll talk about outliers first. So I'm going to click that blue box and then click open in StatCrunch. And now we'll see the data right here. I think I'll just change this variable name to cost to give it some indication. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sort the data. This is very common for a statistician to sort data and just take a look at it. So sort table ascending. All right, and now you can see that the data is sorted from lowest to highest. All right, are there any outliers? I mean, you're looking for places to, have a marriage proposal, and the lowest cost is 49 and the highest cost is 2,000. So I guess the question, are there any outliers? Well, it looks like 1,500 and 2,000 are pretty expensive, right? 49 to 425 seems kind of in range, but I think these two at the end here might be expensive. Let's see what the question has to say. Now, the next part of this is to formulate these descriptive statistics. So we're going to hit calculators. Stat summary stats. And our data is in a column. So we're going to click column. It's in the cost column. So we're going to send the cost column over to here. And then now these are all the descriptive statistics that we have to choose from. So we have the mean. If we click on this, it will remove all the ones on the right and just put mean in there. And then we want the median. All right, so I'm going to hold the CTRL, the control button, and click median so that they both are moved to the right box. And then let's see, mode. Do we see mode? Okay, here's mode down the bottom. So I'm going to hold control and click mode and send that over. And then we're also going to, in order to find the mid-range, we're also going to need to know the minimum and the maximum values. So now I've selected all my values. I'm going to come down the bottom here. I'm going to click compute. And here we are. Here's our mean. Here's our median. Here's our mode, our min, and our max. And the mid-range is just the average of the min and the max. So you add 49 to 2,000 and divide it by 2 to get your mid-range. So let's go back to the problem and take a look. So the mean is 33 or 330.12. So let's take a look. Round it to 2 decimal places, 330.12. All right. Now I'm going to take a look at StatCrunch again. And we have a median of 200 and a mode of 425. So a median of 200 and a mode of 425. So, and now we're asked to find our mid-range. So the mid-range, I'm going to grab my calculator. And the mid-range will be 2,000 plus 49, and click enter, and then divide by 2 and hit enter, and that's 1024.5. So, so it says rounded to 2 decimal points, but it just comes out to that 1. So, I mean, you could put 0.50. All right. Are there any outliers? Yeah, I think there are. And this is a really interesting data set because look at the mean. The mean uses all the data. We have a mean of 330.12, right? But the median value is 200. So why is the median value so much lower than the mean? Well, it's because those outliers, those really expensive places, are pulling the mean towards them, right? In this case, I feel like the median is probably a better estimate. And now you look at the mode is just the most frequently occurring value. And clearly in this data set, 425 happens the most. And the mid-range, so the mid-range is not resistant to outliers at all. Notice how the mid-range is so much higher. And the reason it's so much higher is because we're only using the lowest and the highest value. So probably the least reliable of all of these measures of central tendency. And does it appear to be outliers? Yeah, I think 1,500 and 2,000 are outliers. All right, so that concludes this instruction.